Hey y'all, what's good, what's poppin', what's happening, how y'all doing? If you're new, my name is Joy. If you're returning, you already know what it is, okay? So today's video is going to be how much should I be getting paid as a dental assistant. My name is Joy. I've been a dental assistant for 2 years. I am a certified dental assistant in the state of California. I am not registered to be a dental assistant. I did not take the test to be registered because I knew that I would be moving out of state to a state that does not have a registration or monitor credentials. So in the state of California, when I first started, I graduated at the beginning of the pandemic in 2020. I was making $20 an hour. And at the office that I was working at, I gradually got a raise. So I believe when I left there, I was making about $22.50 in about 2020. I worked there for a full year and I moved to the state of Georgia in 2021. And I was making $20 in the state of Georgia. I was not receiving benefits in the state of Georgia, but the taxes are very different. So I would say working in California, I was working technically part-time, like a little over part-time, but not technically full-time. So with that being said, I was only roughly making about $700 to $900 every 2 weeks, making $22 an hour roughly. In the state of Georgia, I was making $20 an hour. And I was bringing home about $1,200 every 2 weeks. So you can see how the taxes in both those states are very different, considering I was making roughly about the same amount. Now I live in the state of Florida. Their taxes are very different here as well. However, the cost of living is still roughly about the same amount that it would be in the state of Georgia or in California. And I can only make about $16 to $18, maybe $19 an hour. 19 is pretty high. Most of the offices that I've interviewed at, we usually won't go any higher than about $18. Every state varies because of taxes and cost of living. However, I do think that you can negotiate how much you want to get paid. With the right work ethic, with the experience, and really just selling yourself on who you are as a person and the type of quality work you can offer their practice. So each office is definitely going to vary. It depends. And then if you're working for a corporate office versus a private practice, that's going to vary. So you definitely have to just take into account the city, the state that you are working in. And if you plan on moving, I would say do research in terms of where you're moving to and be applying to jobs before you move to new states, so you do have interviews when you get there. But I do think that as a dental assistant, we don't get paid enough for the amount of work that we do. Oftentimes, offices base your pay on experience. Oftentimes, a lot of offices do base your pay on your experience. However, your experience in terms of a time form does not equate to the amount of experience you have like actively working. And what I mean by that is, although I only have 2 years of experience, the amount of duties that I have had in those 2 years at offices is considered to be a lead dental assistant, or like a office manager, or somebody that has been there longer time wise. And I don't think that offices take that into account. So it's definitely going to vary. I would say look on Indeed as well to compare. They have a compare salaries on their website, and you can compare salaries in terms of each city or each state, and then drop it down to the different cities that are there. in the state of California, you will be making more in terms of like the Bay Area and LA area versus in a smaller city in California. And then again, living in, I would say, you know, Atlanta, I think Atlanta would pay more than like Savannah or Marietta, but they roughly might be about the same price. And then for the state of Florida, I would say maybe like Miami and Jacksonville would probably pay more than like Orlando and Tallahassee. But that is the end of today's video. I hope you find this video helpful. If you have any questions, please do not be afraid to comment down below and let me know. Good luck to you on your dental assisting journey and finding an office that works well for you.